Aloha, everyone. Welcome to my podcast, I don't know, audio journal of some sorts. I guess it's kind of overdue. And it's weird. It's like I have been procrastinating this for a while, but I figured just start again. Um, and I just wanted to introduce myself. So yeah. It's not going to be perfect at all, but it doesn't really have to be. Honestly, I think I do enjoy just coming off the cuff of everything and kind of understanding, you know, it's never going to be perfect. So, yeah, so my name is Psylocke. Well, I go by Psylocke. Um, I am an artist based in New Jersey. I do a bunch of different art, but my main is usually drawing, painting. Digital art is mostly pixel art that I kind of do my own kind of thing in that. And I also do photography as well. And this is also another medium that I like to get into, which is, my audio logs and everything. I've had a couple podcasts in the past before, just wasn't really consistent. So this might be the first more consistent podcast that I have actually done. Well, at least can try to. Uh, because I've been working on that, trying to be more consistent at everything. But just getting back into a lot of things as well. 'Cause I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. Like for one, obviously I'm homeless with my boyfriend, and we're trying to get out of the situation. And that's one of the more personal stuff that I usually just share off the bat. That way people don't think that I'm just average life or anything um there's just definitely a lot of stuff that's definitely I go through and he goes through and stuff. Things are getting better. Started working, have a regular job. um I saying I'm just thinking and knowing that I say the a lot. I'm gonna try to not say that as much, try to clean up my speech. Um, there it goes. But hey, fuck it. It's not gonna be perfect. This is usually where I start to just talk about most of the stuff that I kind of been working on and trying to get better at. I've noticed that I'm definitely not the best. I'm definitely very not the best. I'm definitely not the best at a lot of things when it comes to working on myself personally and stuff. I've done journaling and it's helped a lot. I do journal a little bit, but I don't consistently journal because sometimes I feel like it's better this way. I do the audio logs and podcasts and everything. And so that's something that I'm definitely more interested in and just saying, and just writing it. And of course, writing is always a beautiful tool. I think if I really want to get my words to be formulated in a certain specific way, I'll definitely continue to write. And this is also just part of something that I'm also just at least saying for myself as well. I realize this can be a very powerful tool to really, remind yourself and listen back to, and not only help yourself, but it can help anybody else as well who needs the help. But what I've really been working on that's really been helping me is the listening to subliminals. I got a lot of these ideas from a lot of people, or a lot of just like people who've been coming up on YouTube from uh, uh, just in my recommendations, and just I've just been subscribing to a lot of spiritual people and a lot of spiritual things. It's really been more of my focus this year, as it's mostly my main year. Sorry, there was an ant on me. Mostly my main year today, like not just today, but just for this rest of this year, me having a year seven, so me getting comfortable in more spiritual nature and being more comfortable with myself and expressing myself. I said it's funny because I set a little bit of an intention. I think at the end of last year, in a way, kind of, where I kind of just it was just on when I had my Instagram account and stuff. It was just like, oh, 2024. I think it was also from somebody who posted like 2024 is going to be a year of art, and so far it has been. I've definitely been way more consistent in doing artistic stuff. I have been off and on. I was a little depressed like for the last 3 4 weeks, basically a month from like the end of April through almost now. But I from last week till now and stuff and so I've been doing better and been feeling a little bit better. I mean, attitude wise, I'm a little bit under the weather though. I have like a sore throat and stuff, so I'm uh, trying to take care of that more and not really get too sick because it's like summertime basically, and I like being out and about. Even though we can't really go anywhere because we're still in our situation, but I really want to manifest and get to that point of like where we're out of the situation and we can go anywhere and do the things that we've been wanting to do that I personally also want to do. Gonna definitely try to get. I want to obviously get back into yoga and meditation. I had this thing. I've set on my phone the calendar for certain days. I realized certain things work for me better where I'm doing 2 days on and I'm 2 days off. Because I was figuring like, okay, that's better for me because at least the other 2 days can be for yoga, meditation, and sometimes it doesn't have to be that. Sometimes it could just be straight up relaxing. The other 2 days are dedicated to art, posting, making it. This is an example of art. I'm sorry if you hear the bangs. I'm banging on this metal table, but yeah, that's something that I'm really like getting to be comfortable with. And I've had a lot of different. I haven't had so many podcasts, but I've had podcasts where I've definitely like I've had it with a friend who I don't really talk to as much. She's pretty cool. I haven't talked to her a lot. There's a lot of people I know that I haven't really talked to in a long time. Just haven't really, um, just haven't really been in the mood to really hang out with more closer friends that I've known. Haven't really been in the mood to reach out to some new people. There was one person I met this year, but now I'm kind of like I'm kind of just going with the flow with that and not feeling guilty. Sometimes you do fall away, and I've just been kind of focusing on my own little world in a way and stuff like that, and not feeling guilty at all. However, I think now is a good time like to just like I guess in a way I've been staying focused and the subliminals I will say getting back to those will help. Uh, Sorry, I'm like a bit jumpy all over the place. But I'll get back to the friend stuff. Like once I'm sorry, my headphones fell. I'll get back to the friend stuff. But so far, like for subliminals, I've noticed that there's definitely been a change. And I usually played one all night because I was like, okay, let me just like try this, and I was like, you know what, it actually worked. I had to get really used to because I think I played him too loud, a little too loud, so I wasn't really able to sleep as much. So like from the past couple of days, I've been kind of like not been a little like up, or I've been sleeping and then it wakes me up. Kind of been like in a lucid type of vibe. So I'm like, okay, let me turn these things down because it's going into your subconscious still. And I will say the one I've downloaded a bunch because I don't have any phone network right now. I just use Wi-Fi to pretty much like text upload and all that. But until I get until I get some cash to be able to pay this phone bill, and probably definitely gonna well, I'm definitely gonna upgrade. I'm probably gonna keep this phone for like well I'm probably gonna keep this phone for like art or just recording because I don't think it's a bad thing at all. And I'll just have another phone for like my main other stuff. And this might be just my art phone. The only problem with this is it's like, I mean, this shit works fine. It's just a little old and it's a little slow sometimes, and it's cracked. But I feel like I could still work with this. But anyway, them subliminals, they have been working, and I've noticed that from the first time I did them from day one to day two, I've noticed that my head has been clear. The first one I believe I remember playing was the no more doubts and no more fear, or doubts or whatever. Because after being through a lot of after going through the depression I was going through from most of the month, like damn near a month, I'm like, okay, I just been motivated. I was like, I keep falling into the same cycles and victim mentality and all that, and not taking accountability for stuff, and I want to improve. So I'm like, it's okay to have a little help. You know, my boyfriend has the his own way of dealing with stuff. He's more hard on himself, and he uses TV shows and everything to kind of help himself with certain stuff that he's going through and stuff. And me right now, I'm like, okay, I realize I think we tried doing the same way that he does it, but I realize that doesn't work for me. I tried doing things the regular way, and it could work, but I don't think it. Some of the stuff did. I just take some of the stuff that did help. Journaling, being mindful. But I think um, for me, I was definitely more. I looked more to being mindful, and then also starting to do certain other things. So now I've added not only just remembering to be mindful, but also adding to be using the subliminals, because I was like, okay, different strokes for different folks. Some things work better for other people, and I'm like, why not just put some headphones on? Fine. I just downloaded a bunch of different subliminals that I thought I was worthy of, and I was worthy of, but also just to improve my whole mood. And I figured I just like this started this whole journey of reprogramming my subconscious on a technical, like thoughtful level. I decided to make that a 90-day endeavor. But the first thing I started off was 10 days. So I believe I'm on day 5. I believe I can check my calendar from when I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I have 5 more days to go. This is like the first 5 days of just playing subliminals, and I've already seen a change. And I've just been like, okay, let me just literally rewire my mind, because I feel like it's important for me to start getting all the doubt, the fear, and then the negativity that's been in my mind for a while, and just change the frequency and everything to literally how I want it and how I desire it. And I've decided to make it more of a private thing. So I don't play it out loud, for people and stuff, because it's more of my private thing. I just put headphones in, and I'm just laying there, and my boyfriend thinks I'm probably like listening to music, but I'm just like I'm just doing subliminals and everything and all that. I know he wants me to get back into yoga and meditation, especially because of jobs. And I realize I'm not. I used to think I was, but how was I kidding? Who was I kidding myself? I'm not a big 9 to 5er. I'm just glad that it's part time, so I don't go insane and work a full time job. I know we need it. We need the cash, but I believe in myself, and I have the optimistic, positive Delulu of still making it as an artist. So I'm putting that affirmation out that every endeavor that I want to do and that I think about doing will be prosperous and will be successful in a very big, major way, no matter what I do. So that's something that I'm putting out there, not only for me, but if you want to take that personal affirmation and put it towards whatever you want to. Whoever's listening, then go ahead, make your own. Find the regular ones. Um, I don't even think that just even finding ones that are online and everything, affirmations, and then just recording yourself and then playing it back. I feel like that would be good. I already have like an idea of like what I want to do for my personal ones. I may this is obviously going to go on my YouTube channel and whatever other podcast places that I'm going to upload this at, and I may find some things to like make and do. It's funny how I just have the information to just like help people. Like, it just came to me, just like, oh, I get all these type of like ideas and stuff sometimes, and it's like I do want to heal and help people, but it may not be the way that I think that I should. I don't. I don't really know if the really being in the super meditation, but I'm just going with it because you know what? I'm like, hey, just go ahead and do it. And yeah, I think that's like the most important. I'm glad that I'm actually been able to finally take what's on my mind and put this in a recording finally because I've been procrastinating like all get out, and it's crazy. And yeah, I think that's. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would like to share before I end this audio log. Um, yeah, just like I think also working on maintaining a high vibration. That's something that and then alchemizing the um, icky parts, and it's okay, even if you're not, even if it's like it can be hard. Because I know that sometimes I can just be like, oh, if someone says something or a thought form comes up, I'm like, okay, I don't have to let this bother me. But I think sometimes it's like, okay, if it's really really bothering you, maybe just I could try to do some music or something else to get me out of the loop. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this rough. I swear, every time I start episode one or whatever or beginning, it's always rough, which is expected, but it is what it is. So yeah, thank you for listening. Catch you guys on the next one. I may not really episode like title these in an episode way, just letting them kind of just be their own existence of things, because there's always just like its own stages of whatever. So yeah. So thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next audio log adventure. Peace.